Republic of Korea, Donghan Yu. As we mentioned, 13 years old. This is his very first Junior Grand Prix and international competition. Wow, and what an experience. First time out, takes the starting position, and then has a delay of about 15 to 20 minutes. Warms up again, now skates first as opposed to third. He'll skate to Lose Control by Teddy Swims.
Well, all respect and credit to Donghan Yu from Korea, the youngest competitor in this entire competition, skating so late at night, having to withstand some challenges that wouldn't be anticipated or expected. And in regards to the ruling, my friend Daniel Adriano, a coach at the Ice Lab in Bergamo, explained it's 10 minutes, and it was after that a new warm-up group was called, and it was almost 13 minutes that happened.
Thank you for that. Yeah, but a pretty good skate. I mean, one mistake here, but a pretty good skate for this young man after going through all of that. As we take a look at some of the elements, the triple Lutz, triple toe loop, and just takes a fall. His legs were a little bit too crossed, too far back on the heel. Has to go down with the double axle, covers the ice. A little bit of lean in the air, but manages. And the flip, no problem here.
The only thing with the camera angles that we have really showcasing, oh, this was brilliant transitional content. Yeji Shin, the choreographer, within the step sequence, good use of the body movement feature, as we see here the example of the change of edge within the camel variation. But yeah, the flip and the lutz, both of those jumping passes were in entirely the exact same place on the ice, which isn't optimal in terms of the composition of the program. But this is a skater that I think is really respected by the Korean Figure Skating Federation. He's won Korean Nationals, won the Korean President Cup, and came fourth at the Korean Junior Grand Prix qualifying event in mid-July last month. So the Korean skating team recognized the potential he has at such a tender age.
Yeah, and I think they're getting him out to get some experience, just like this, even though it was a tough one. So he's got some abilities, no question, and they want him to get some experience to go along with the abilities that he has.
And of course, areas of improvement necessary. You can see Coach Hyung Jong Chi just analysing what took place, but what I find so impressive is the maturity in dealing with the situation as this young 13-year-old sits looking up to his coach with respect and interest as to what was to be said when, I mean, you could understand this athlete just wanted to go to bed.
Yeah, or he's just saying, okay, what's the deal here? Can I just start my program? Right. And it's hard to go through, even though you should, and sometimes in seminars they do, go through all the rules for the skaters to understand, like what happens if your lace breaks? How much time do you have? You know, what do I have to do? Do I have to go to the referee? What happens, right? So,
and you know, arguably coaches can prepare their students with that information, but when there's so much that the coaches want to get their students to do for the actual purposes of the competition, they're not going to as readily give out contingencies that are rare to take place.
Which can confuse the skater at a certain time, but there are certain basics they need to know, this is for sure. Particularly in the senior.
Yeah.
Junior's the learning ground. Okay, do we have another 10-minute delay here? We'll soon find out. Okay, go for dig for more questions.
Actually, that's for me.
And if you can't find any, make them up.
Okay, I think I've exhausted the questions that were sent to us. I actually, let it be known, I do not have the password or access to the ISU's Instagram channel, so I'm relying upon others for the incoming questions, but I think we will just encourage those listening to think about it overnight and make sure you come with some crackers tomorrow just in case there should be any prolonged delays with skaters.
Don't encourage the crackers.
Although I wonder whether or not those watching will be more dismayed at the fact that we haven't taken any acknowledgement of the skaters during a warm-up and just waffled away endlessly.
That's a good point. They say, hey, just be quiet, guys, and just, you know, watch the warm-up.
Yeah, feel free to let us know either way.
Yeah, no, you know, we are watching the warm-up. It's, and I know you are as well, so. We comment on the skater already in the program, so it's difficult to. But you had mentioned a couple times you saw, you know, a challenging warm-up, but then a great skate, so you're paying attention. That's good.
Yeah, well, I think that another example of a skater's preparation and mental tenacity and strength, whether or not the warm-up was good or bad. And interestingly, we were chatting to the leaders of the short program in the pairs competition, Jasmine Deroshe and Kieran Thrasher, and they were just saying about, practice was good, practice wasn't perfect, but we never want a perfect practice. And even an example of a world champion who could perhaps not complete the program if it was pristine clean because they didn't want it to be any better in practice than it would be in an event, which just demonstrates that even the world champions can have superstitions and little mental hang-ups.
Well, that's interesting, superstitions. I always had to put my left skate on first. I could not go on the ice if I put my right skate on first. So
wow.
Yeah, kind of weird.
But
a lot of skaters have superstitions.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of athletes do.
Yeah, I mean, I know Olympic champions Jane Torval and Christopher Dean, and I think even now the way in which Chris places their guard, he takes Jane's guards when they step on the ice, and he's very conscientious about the way that they are placed down. And even now, they've been skating together 50 years, and that's something that's ingrained.
That's not an A-type personality, is it?
Oh yeah, that's, I mean...
We're all kind of like that. Really.
Yeah, well, yeah. Every skater has that potential.
I don't know. I think they should like serve ice cream or something in the kiss and cry.
I think Donghan Yu and Coach Hyun Jong Chi are very deserving of some ice cream.
Yeah.
Although that said, you know, he's only 13. Like, you shouldn't be giving him sugar before bed.
What? You shouldn't be giving ice cream before bed?
You shouldn't have sugar before bed.
Oh,
that's
sugar.
Naughty.
Oh, naughty. Is that kind of like scuffle?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I wonder how many people have a hard time interpreting what we talk about.
And what I'm going to actually just quickly check is what time it is.
Yeah, because we're going to be coming up on 10 minutes pretty soon.
I should have checked. Actually, we'll be checking in with her.
Well, we didn't think it would happen again, but there's only judging time is Oh, 349 already.
What's interesting when I think of, and I don't know for Donghan Yu, I know that he obviously represents Korea. I'm not sure of the city which he trains in, but in Pyongyang, the time there is 6 hours ahead, so it's 4:51 in the morning. So I'm referencing the lateness of night, but it depends how well that Donghan has pre-prepared in regards to the time zone change as well, because maybe the other factor I'm considering is, are his family at home watching, and have they now stayed up all night long till 4:52 now to see how he has fared? And they just, maybe who knows, maybe his family are at home watching and they have to go to work tomorrow and they stayed up all night to see their precious charge.
Okay, it's one of the things I like about you when we have these long breaks. You are able to fill, I don't know where you come up with all just kidding.
This is actually where I should have, you know, I'm very, very fortunate that we've got friends around the world that sometimes check in, and some really, really lucky that there are some skating enthusiasts and skating friends who will give us information. This is when we should have on-call guest commentators.
Yes, everybody on call, exactly. And just a reminder, we will be having some guest commentators throughout the Junior Grand Prix season next year, or next week. We will have Jason Brown joining us in Ostrava in the free program. There's the scores for the short program. They're up. No extra warm-up, I hope. 54.22. Donghan Yu of Korea is currently in 10th place. A little rub in the head, a little pat on the back.